Welcome. Thank you all for being here. My name is Penny Wright. On behalf of all of us at the Rogers Memorial Library, we're delighted to have you here today. You are obviously at the right place today. Before we introduce our guests, I want to say thank you to the Friends of the Rogers Memorial Library, and I know many of you are friends of the library. Your memberships support all of our concerts, every single one of them, and your donations to the book sale, ditto. If you haven't joined, take an application today. You can join at whatever level you want to, and the great thing about this is if you live outside of our library district, you will start getting our newsletter. And it comes out every 2 months, and we do a lot, so please join for lots of reasons. Today we're delighted to have a return visit, our annual Christmas Cabaret with Valerie DiLorenzo, and this year she is accompanied by Christine Cabaret. Please join me in welcoming Valerie DiLorenzo and Christine Cabaret.
Hi everyone! Listen to me, I have beautiful dreams I can spin you. Dreams to linger within you. Close your eyes and we'll ride my carousel. I'll spin you stories of lovers used to thrill me, and of lovers who will be. For you see, love is one thing I do well. Come, let's believe love can be just as sweet as it seems. Let's live on dreams. In my dreams, such beautiful lovers have found me. Storybook lovers surround me. Nothing is real, but I'm flying, where is my storybook ending? Why is my golden pretending? Leave me with nothing to hold but my dreams. Come and wake me. Come be the love I can hold now. Storybook love leaves me cold now. Nothing is real, but I'm flying, crying. Where is my storybook ending? This is the end of pretending. This is the moment I say, love me now. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Will be much jingle belling, and hearts will be telling us be of good cheer. It's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be hearts mistletoeing and everyone telling us be of good cheer. It's the happiest season of all. There'll be parties for hosting, marshmallows for toasting, and caroling out in the snow. There'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmases long, long ago. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There'll be parties for going and everyone glowing. You'll be of the cheer. It's the most wonderful time. It's the most wonderful time. Happy Hanukkah and all that jazz. Thank you very much. It's so wonderful to see you all here. Are you happy to be here?
Yes.
I'm glad. I love Penny Wright. Don't you love Penny Wright? And the wonderful Rogers Memorial Library. And the friends of the library for bringing this wonderful program here every single year. So it's very nice. And please welcome me in joining the beautiful Christine Cabaret. Sir, your seats are right over here waiting for you. Please, come and join us. It's a full-service show here today. I might even be able to get you some beverages. You like that? Should we be serving the alcohol right away? I want you to know, by the way, this is water. And I got this great bottle as some swag at the Southampton Art Center, and I carry it with me wherever I go. But I kid you not, I can't tell you how many people say to me, "Is that vodka?" And I don't know what kind of life I lead, because I can't imagine carrying vodka around with me on a daily basis, but apparently there are people in the world that do. But I'm not one of them. I need to tell you right up front that I'm a little under the weather. And I apologize for that. I didn't want to cancel the show. I have a good reason. I've spent the last week in the city working on a brand new musical.
Yay.
Yes, thank you. Starring Richard Chamberlain.
Whoa.
And so we did a reading of the show, and I've been working on the project for over a year and a half. And we had our first workshop, and I was there every day, and everyone was really, really sick. And so I'm a little under the weather. I hope you'll forgive me. I promise that I'll make this an entertaining day for you. And I hope so. And I really want you to know how sad I was, because I said I can't cancel on you people today, because this is like the best day of my life, coming to do this holiday concert with you. So with that, it's December 2nd. I'm having a little trouble accepting that. Is anyone else having a little trouble accepting that? I'm thinking it's like Labor Day. And the time has gone by so fast, and it was Halloween and Thanksgiving, and I actually went on vacation, which was very nice, and then came back, and it's like, did the show, and now we're here, and it's frickin' Christmas. But I do love Christmas out here, especially out here. It's beautiful, right? Like going to see all the towns. It's one of my favorite things. So there's two things that on the day after, on Tumbleweed Tuesday, I like to drive through the towns and see that everyone's gone home. I do that on every Tumbleweed Tuesday. So if anyone's around and you want to take that drive with me, I drive through all the towns on Tumbleweed Tuesday. And then I like to drive through all the towns during Christmas to see what everyone's done. And my favorite decoration is the little Christmas tree on Otter Pond by Sag Harbor. That's my favorite. And I try to drive by there as many times as possible. Christmas comes but once a year, and as the holiday draws near, take part in what it brings. The spirit of the season is built on little things. Walk along a lane, eat a candy cane, cry and catch a snowflake as it falls. Join a local choir, cuddle by the fire, pick some pretty greens and deck the halls. Take a little nap, forget about your lap, take a pair of skates and have a try. Don't worry, don't hurry, don't let Christmas pass you by. Shuffle through the snow, smiling as you go. Stop and have a chat with a passerby. Go shopping at the malls, catch up on your calls. Sing a little child a lullaby. Forget about the clock, take a little walk, rent a pair of skates and have a try. Don't worry, don't hurry, don't let Christmas pass you by. Every child knows the way to find the magic in the day. Step by step, your spirits will improve. There is magic still, if you only will. Listen to the bells, smell the winter smells, buy a bag of chestnuts from a cart, tie a pretty bow in the candle glow, phone a relative that's grown apart. Start your day anew and start your day with you. Tell a friend you love that they're in your heart. Don't worry, don't hurry, don't let the days get blurry. Don't let Christmas, don't let Christmas, don't let Christmas pass you by.
Swig of my vodka here. And you know, did you want some? Really? It's so surprising to me that so many people think I'm drinking vodka in the middle of the day. So, I'm having a little difficulty accepting all of the new stuff that goes on, and I think actually things move very, very fast for me. I'm very committed to old-fashioned values, and sometimes I think I'm alone in that.
No. Never.
I also love all of the music, as you know, of the Great American Songbook, and I'm committed to keeping that alive no matter what I do. And I always enjoyed this music as a child, which I'm sure you can understand may be very popular with other children growing up, because I didn't want to sing any rock and roll, I wanted to sing Gershwin and Cole Porter. So anyway, I feel attached to the music, I feel attached to the songs, to the simple sentiments, and I really do believe in a much simpler way of life and think that things could just be, I don't know, fixed if we were all just a little nicer to each other. I'm old-fashioned, I love the moonlight, I love the old-fashioned things, the sound of rain upon a window pane, the starry songs that April sings. This year's fancies are passing fancies, but sighing sighs, holding hands, these my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but I don't mind it. That's how it's gonna be, as long as you agree to stay old-fashioned with me. Song written by the great Johnny Mercer. So, New York Farmer's Almanac tells us it's going to be a doozy of a winter. Are you excited? Because I'm not. So I like when I look at the almanac. I've become very obsessed with weather lately. So I know when I can leave for Florida. So I like when the almanac has those big maps and it shows nothing in the Northeast but snow and freezing rain and Arctic temperatures. And I think, I'll be gone by the time it starts in January. But until then, the snowman in the yard is frozen hard. He's a sorry sight to see. If he had a brain, he'd complain that he wishes he were me. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, what? Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The snow is falling, and the wind is blowing. So I will weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? I've got my love to keep me warm. I can't remember a worse December. Just watch those icicles form. What do I care if icicles form? I've got my love to keep me warm. Off with my overcoat, off with my glove. I need no overcoat, I'm burning with love. My heart's on fire, and the flame goes higher. So I will weather the storm. What do I care how much it may storm? Thank you, baby, I've got my love to keep me warm. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home while we walk, come on, the fire is slowly lying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. So as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow again. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Big finish. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. So Sammy Kahn and Julie Stein wrote that song during a heat wave while living in LA. Pepsi Cola had two of the most popular television commercials of all time. One of them was filmed during the summer in order to be shown in the wintertime, so that when we were in the cold, hard, snowy winter, we would be reminded of how much Pepsi could enhance our lives during the summer while we were swimming and boating and having all kinds of fun in the heat. And then the other commercial was filmed during the wintertime in order to be shown during the summertime, which would show all the virtues of winter and sleigh riding and snowmobiling and all of those wonderful things that happen in winter. Which one do you think that I prefer? Ask me, how do I feel about winter? Ask me, how do I feel? Ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I've just got to behave. Boy, if I were a lamp, I'd light, and if I were a banner, I'd wave. Ask me, how do I feel? Little me with my quiet upbringing. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a gate, I'd be swinging. And if I were a season, I'd most certainly be spring. And if I were a bell, I'd go ding dong, ding dong, ding
When the bells all ring and the horns all blow and the couples we know are fondly kissing, will I be with you or will I be among the missing? Maybe it's much too early in the game. Oh, but I thought I'd ask you just the same. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. Feel free to sing along. Wonder whose arms will hold you good and tight when it's exactly 12 o'clock that night, welcoming in the new year, New Year's Eve. Maybe I'm crazy to suppose I'd ever be the one you chose out of 1,000 invitations you'd receive. Oh, but in case I stand just one little chance, here comes the jackpot question in advance. What are you doing New Year's? New Year's Eve. What are you doing New Year's Eve?
So, Frank Lesser wrote If I Were a Bell from Guys and Dolls, and he also wrote What Are You Doing New Year's Eve? And the interesting story about What Are You Doing New Year's Eve is that he wrote it in the summertime after he had met somebody that he was interested in, and he intended the song to be sung, say in June or July, maybe at the beginning of a summer romance, thinking about how long that it would last, and wondering whether they would still be together at Christmas time, at New Year's time. And American society, of course, took the song and turned it into a holiday standard. Frank Lesser also wrote Baby It's Cold Outside, which has just been banned from the radio stations for the Christmas season. I don't know if I should tell you, I don't want to start a political disagreement. They feel that it's coercive. They feel that it's a coercive song. So Frank Lesser and his wonderful wife, right? I know, really, talk amongst yourselves about this. It's quite a story. Frank Lesser and his wife used to sing Baby It's Cold Outside at their holiday parties. They had a famous holiday party every single year for years and years and years, and they sang that song. And then finally it was put into a movie called Neptune's Daughter, starring that fabulous, famous singing couple, Fernando Lamas and, oh, what's her name? Esther Williams. And it won the Academy Award for Best Song. How about that? And but we're not singing it tonight because it's coercive and we can't offend. I just think that I read about that the other day. I read that there's a list of 10 songs. Did you see it? Right? Oh, it was on TV. So there's a list of 10 songs now that have been questionable for the holidays. I know, right? Hold on, I want to see if I can find the rest of the list. Creating a controversy here instead of, we can't have, let me see, I'm going to go and read it over here. Just give me a second. Do you want to hear this?
Yes.
Yes, we do. So Baby It's Cold Outside is on there. And, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. I know. Actually, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is somewhat questionable because they feel that it's insulting and critical. No, right? White Christmas is safe. Oh, Frosty the Snowman. Because why does Frosty have to be a man? Why isn't it Frosty the Snow Woman? This is serious. Ridiculous, right? And, anyway, those are a few. You thought you were just coming to hear some songs. You didn't know there was going to be like a discussion. Discussion! Okay. So, we're going to sing them all and sing them all night. Did you know that 8 out of the top 10 songs, top most popular and best-selling Christmas songs were written by Jewish men? Isn't that funny, right? Which is actually a very, very good time for us to give you a Hanukkah blessing. I remember Mama lighting the menorah when Papa would turn to me and say, when he would finish reading from the Torah, Papa would look down on me and say, may your days and nights be a feast of lights, the eternal flame may it glow in you, and the Holy One may he know in you only love. May you have peace, and may you have strength, and may the Lord grant your life will have length. May it be sweet and strong. May your days and nights be a feast of lights, your whole life So Feast of Lights as a song I started singing when I was in 6th grade, which was not too long ago. And then I sang it again in choir, I think when I was in my early 20s, and it remained one of my favorite songs. And I wanted to include it in the holiday show for the longest time. Is Myron here, by the way? My friend Myron, I wasn't sure whether he was coming. He requested a song. So when I was putting together this show, I started in July. I said, I'm going to find Feast of Lights. And as you know, most of you have been to one of my shows before. Yes? Yes. Okay, good. Nice to see you. Those of you who've never been there, welcome. I chat a lot. And what you should know about me is several things I've already said, which is I'm not a fan of winter. I love to sing, and I have a huge sheet music collection, which I'm very, very proud of. One of the things, however, is that I go and I find this piece of sheet music, which I should have had for well over 30 years, right? So I go down to the basement where all the sheet music is, and I can't find the song, The Feast of Lights. I have the first page. This is July. So what am I going to do? So I call the publisher. The publisher has now been bought by another publisher. I called that publisher. They do not have the song, it's out of print. Frederick Silver wrote the song, I called his estate. They no longer are offering that. But meanwhile, I had permission to sing the song since I had sung it twice before. But this does not deter me, because I have colleagues that I trade sheet music with. So I called them, they cannot find the song. So I did a little more research now, which is a little easier now in the age of the internet. Imagine I used to do this when there was no internet and traipse myself into the city to find music. But, so I'm searching, Feast of Lights, Frederick Silver, and it turns out that there was a maestro, Jerome Wright, who led the Peninsula Singers in Tacoma, Washington, and he had done this song as part of his repertoire. So I wrote him. And his email I get this automatic response saying, he's out, he's traveling, he's probably not going to respond to me for a couple of months. I said, okay, it's July, even if I have to wait till September, I still have time to learn this little piece of music. He writes me the next day. He says, Valerie, I don't have that sheet music.
Oh, no.
You have to call the publisher, you have to call this. And I said, but I've done all of that. I said, so I don't really know what to do. And I said, if you're coming back, could you kind of keep me in mind so that I can have it when you come back? And he said, absolutely, I'll definitely do that for you, which was very nice. Maestro Jerome Wright. I made sure that I called him Maestro, because they're very finicky about that, the maestros. Anyway, so then he writes me back about a week later, and he says, I have a suggestion for you. I did that when I led the Seattle Girls Choir. Why don't you call them and ask them if they have it? Here's her name and number, Stacia. So I called Stacia at the Seattle Girls Choir, and she sent me the music the next day. All because I wanted to have a Hanukkah blessing for you at the Holiday Hamptons Cabaret. I think of you all year round. I march in the parade now during the summer, which is really, really fun. And do you know that there's people that came up to me during the parade and said, are you doing a holiday concert this year at the Memorial Library? Yes. Now I know that we didn't do it last year because I did Ladies of Liberty instead, but it's an annual thing because people really wanted to come to the concert. So anyway, I think of you, and we plan this way in advance. So there you go, all that great stuff to find a song, right? A nice little holiday blessing. Okay, so let's see if anybody knows. Where this intro is from. Oh, over the ground lies a mantle of white. A heaven of diamonds shines down through the night. Two hearts are thrilling in spite of a chill in the weather. Love knows no season, love knows no clime. Romance can blossom any old time. Here in the open, we're walking and hoping together. Anybody know it yet? Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in the winter wonderland. Gone away is a bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in the winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you very good snowman? But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman and pretend that he's a circus clown. We'll have lots of fun with Mr. Snowman until the other kitties knock him down. When it snows, ain't it thrilling? Though your nose gets a chillin', we'll frolic and play the Eskimo way, walking in a winter wonderland. Again, walking in a winter wonderland. Bring it home, everyone. Walking in a winter wonderland. Thank you. Not that I mind the street, used to a lot of stuff.
Thing that I mind after years of the grind is I'm still a bit sensitive. Silly me, but I wish as folks drove by, they'd stop and see me, say hi. Sometimes I catch a glance, contact is all too brief. Eyes dart aside like they're wanting to hide, just as guilty as any thief. Hey, no cause for alarm, no need to stay. Just stop and see me. Okay. Once upon a wish, I'd have wished that life were fair. Once upon a wish, I'd have wished for no more fear. Once upon a wish, I'd have wished for one more chance. Now, I only wish I wouldn't disappear. One thing about the street, used to a lot of stuff. Others I've seen, it's too much or too mean, and they die when they've had enough. Me, whatever, I'll walk that extra mile, 'cause someday someone, don't know, just someone, might stop and see me and smile.
That's an Alan Menken tune from a show from 1982 called Weird Romance. I'm going to have a swig of my tea now. Which, although I have to tell you a funny story, I think it's a funny story. Excuse me. Talk some of yourself. I get all this great swag from going to all these great parties at all the places out here in the Hamptons. Anyway, so this, I want to tell you the thing about the vodka keeps coming back because everyone thinks that this is a vodka bottle. So this it was being used as a flask at the home of the person that I was staying with in New York City while I was working on my show last week. And I said, oh, I need something to put my tea in. And they hand me this, and it was filled with vodka. But it's not filled with vodka anymore. It's filled with throat coat tea. Which I pass this around so that everybody can smell from it. All right. So Christy and I have no idea what we're supposed to be singing right now. Oh! I like Santa. Do you like Santa?
Yep.
Did you know that there are 20,000 rent-a-Santas that are hired every year to be in our stores and around the neighborhood for Santa sightings? I think that could... Do you have any kids here? That could be very traumatic, right? I mean, but don't they know, I think kids are so savvy nowadays, don't they know that it's not the same Santa from place to place? How could he be here now? Shouldn't he be...
Santa's helpers. Yes.
Santa's helpers, but they're Santas. They go through a rigorous training on how to be polite, how to be jolly. They also are not allowed to eat garlic and onions, and they're not allowed to have any kind of beans or legumes. This is serious. Peppers, mushrooms, they're not allowed to have anything like that in their diet during the time that they're in their training. Can you believe that? Santa Claus was based on a character that was Saint Nikolai from 1827, and he was originally portrayed as an incredibly stern commanding, domineering kind of figure. Super Christmas-like, don't you think? And, oh, there was something else I wanted to share with you, right? Didn't I have that great list? Oh yeah, this was so cool. He is the patron saint of banking, pawnbroking, pirating, butchery, sailing, thievery, orphans, royalty, and New York City. Which I find is so interesting. He's the most popular non-biblical saint, and more artists have portrayed him than of Mother Mary. How about that? So he was then, again, this commandeering kind of guy who was very sternful and fearful to children. And then that all changed, of course, when America got a hold of Santa and turned him into the loving, jolly, ho-ho-ho kind of guy we know now. He traditionally wore a blue and white suit, and that all changed when Coca-Cola made an ad in 1930-something to turn him into the Santa that we know now. I like Santa. What I do all day. Santa baby, slip a sable under the tree for me. Been an awful good girl, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby, a 54 convertible to light blue. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Think of all the fun I've missed. Think of all the fellas that I have not kissed. Next year I could be just as good if you check off my Christmas list. Santa honey, I want a yacht, and really that's not a lot. I'll wait up for you, dear Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa cutie, there is one thing I really do need, the deed to a new Hamptons home, Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa honey, and fill my backyard with a new pool and hot tub. Sign your X on the line, Santa honey, and hurry down the chimney tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree with some decorations bought at Tiffany. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you believe in me. Santa honey, forgot to mention one little thing, a ring. I don't mean on the phone, Santa honey, and hurry down the chimney tonight. And hurry down the chimney tonight. Now hurry. Tonight. Tea break. Tea break. So, we have an argument that has just been put on, a debating point has just been thrown into the concert that Santa Baby should be on the list. Because it's what? Because it's coercive. Is it? What if, but let me, Santa is a patron saint. So what if I'm praying to Santa kind of as like I'm praying to a saint? Does that work? No. Christine says no. All right, we'll move on. I'll find out for you. I don't have my phone on me or I would look it up. I think we should all meet back here in another, well, next year, as long as I'm still on Penny's good list.
You are.
Right?
You are.
We'll come back and we'll discuss it again next year. All right. You better remember. It's tough to get a seat here.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can plan on me. Please have snow and mistletoe and presents on the tree. Christmas Eve will find me where the love light beams. I'll be home for Christmas, if only in my
Christine, I think it's time for a sing-along. I think it's time for a sing-along. Yes. I think we have a couple of tunes that you're really going to enjoy, and I'm counting on you to sing along. What's the first one in our book? White Christmas, the best-selling single of all time that was originally sung by Bing Crosby and written by Irving Berlin. Right? Does everybody know that? Where's our starting note, Christine? I'll sing them in.
I was going to give you the little. So we're going to do it. Never mind.
Okay. Let me hear you all. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to know, where the treetops glisten and children listen to hear sleigh bells in the snow. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, with every Christmas card I write. May your days be merry and bright, and may all your Christmases be mine.
So nice. We should have another popular one right after that. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. I need a good bell ringer for this. Can you do some bells for me? Okay, let's try it. Oh, very good. 1, 2, here we go. Deck the halls with bells of holly. La, 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 la. It's the season to be jolly. La, 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 la. Now we have our gay apparel. La, 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 la. Oh, the ancient Yuletide carol. La, 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 la. Very good. All right, Christine, do you have one more? How about if we do Santa Claus is Coming to Town? You know, I'm back to Santa. Where's our first note? You ready? You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'll tell you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. That's right, you gotta be afraid. What's he doing? He's making a list. He's checking it twice. I'm gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yay! Good, I love that. We need a little Santa. Can we sing that? Is that one safe? Is that one safe? That one's safe, right? Lake is frozen over. Trees are white with snow. And all around reminders of you are everywhere I go. Mornings in no hurry. Sleep won't set me free. And all around reminders of you when your body was beside me. But silence is too hard to handle, and the night too long. And this is how I see you in the snow on Christmas morning. Love and happiness surround you as you throw your arms up to the sky. I see this moment by and by. Oh, I miss you now, my love. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, my love. Sense of joy fills the air, and I daydream, and I swear, above the trees, and I see your star up there. And this is how I see you in the snow on Christmas morning. Love and happiness surround you as you throw your arms up to the sky. I keep this moment by and by. So believe it or not, we're almost at the end of our program today. I know, look at that, the time goes by so fast. But I have to get you out of here in a decent time, right, before it gets dark. I take care of you guys. People say, let's do a show in November at the evening. I said, oh no, they won't come. I said, are you you crazy? All of our beautiful seniors and everybody that likes the Great American Songbook has to be home by dark. So let's do the shows like in May or September, and not on a Saturday night at 7:30 when it gets dark, because they're not going to drive, but you all drove today because it was at 3 o'clock on a Sunday. Smart, right? I want to say thank you, first of all, to Penny Wright.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
I can't even begin to say thank you to you for all these years of friendship and support. And the Rogers Memorial Library is the best, most wonderfully well-oiled machine in all of the East End, and I can't thank you and your staff enough. And also a very big thank you to the Friends of the Library. This is a beautiful piano, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they supplied that and they tune it, and even Christine said that it's a pretty rockin' piano, right? So thank you so much. And thank you to Joanna and to Jorge and to everyone here on the staff. Just a wonderful, wonderful thank you to all of them. How about a hand for this beautiful Christine Cabaret? She's some accompanist, huh? Do you know that she's a former Broadway conductor? And she worked on Annie. Yes, on Annie, and I know you worked at the City Center, Beauty and the Beast, and she lives here. She lives out here, how about that? And I know that Christine also is a voice teacher, and she's a piano teacher, and I know that you also lead the choir at St. Luke's.
Oh, no, I'm a pianist and associate at the Choral Society.
At the Choral Society of the Hamptons, which has their show next weekend.
Next weekend.
Next weekend, next Sunday. Is it in the afternoon?
2 shows. After 3.
Are you the maestro, they want to know. Are you the maestro?
I'll be playing the organ. And I'm a maestra.
She's a maestra. She wants to make, we don't, I think he wants to know if he has to call you maestra, Cabaret.
No, that's it.
It's only the men. It's only the men that want the maestro, believe me. All right. Thank you to all of these great composers and the songs, and it's just always so wonderful to sing these songs, and we start planning for this way in the middle of the spring, and here it is, and everybody just wants to hear the same songs every year anyway, so there it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming here and supporting all the work that you do, and I say this everything I ever do, we have a lively, thriving, smart, savvy, creative, really amazing group of people that live here all year round. Thank you for giving me a community. Thank you for giving me a home. I love it here so much, and I'm so proud to share in all of things every season of the year. Every season of the year.
We want to thank you for coming.
Right.
Thank you very much. Excuse me, cough break. I made it throughout the whole show without a
You
cough.
did.
So I do want to say, by the way, that this year we started going back into the senior centers. We've been doing a singing program in the senior centers in Flanders and Hampton Bays and Bridgehampton. And I go in once a week and sing with the seniors. And it's free. It's I'll give you information on that, but I encourage you to come because we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. A lot of the ladies are here, and it doesn't matter whether you can sing or anything. It's a really, really fun thing. You can stay for lunch. You can have, don't worry about it being too old or too young. It's just a lot of fun if you love to sing, because I'm bound and determined to get everybody to sing these songs. That's just my goal in life, right? So I wanted to let you know about that, and then there's also there's a chorus that's been developed for Parkinson's patients, which is being held at the Southampton Arts Center, and that's during the spring, and there's a few other things which I'll remember as we go along. So thank you so much. I wish you all blessed, blessed holidays, as usual.
Tonight the stars shine for the children and light the way for dreams to fly. Tonight our love comes wrapped in ribbons. The world is right and hopes are high. And from a dark and frosted window, a child appears to search the sky. Because it's Christmas. Because it's Christmas. Candles in the window, shadows painting the ceiling, gazing at the afterglow, feeling that gingerbread feeling. Precious moments, happy people, blessed faces I can see somewhere in my memory. Christmas joys all around me, deep within my memory. All of the music, all of the magic, all of the family home here with me. Memories of my childhood when I was 5, 6, and 7. I would gaze as dawn would, feeling in Christmas Day heaven. Precious moments, special people, happy faces I can see somewhere in my memory. All these dreams live within me, deep within my memory. All of the music, all of the magic, all of the family home here with
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have an encore, but before we do, I want to say that I'm not sure I'm quite sure I have never heard a concert of this season that I have enjoyed more than what we
Thank you very much. So at this time, I'm supposed to pretend that I don't have another one, but we all know that I do. I could leave and then come back. Oh, I have another one. So I just want to say thank you. I have another Christmas show on December 16th at the North Babylon Public Library, so if you can't make it out there, send your friends. That would be great. And that's Up Island. That is Up Island. It's not the East End. It's not the East End. It's a whole different ball game, right? And this Friday night is the windmill lighting over at SUNY Stony Brook. We'll be doing caroling there. And let's see, there'll also be another big caroling party at the Southampton Arts Center On December 22nd at 4 o'clock, Lynn Burgess is shaking her head because she was there the last time. I put her in a Santa hat. You'll be put in a Santa hat and you'll have to ring some bells, but you'll have a really good time. So that's all going on. And then we have a lot of caroling that I do at the senior homes, at the senior centers, and the nursing homes. So if you like what you heard, if you like what you saw, keep in touch. We've got a lot of stuff going on, and I always love to see your smiling faces. Flanders is Wednesday. Flanders, so the community centers are Flanders, Hampton Bays, and Bridgehampton. And I'll send you the schedule for that. Daphne's shaking her head, which is so nice. And please, I would like you to give another round of applause to Christine. Christine Cabaret. Beautiful job. So Christmas was always a very special time in the DiLorenzo household, and I learned about that there wasn't a Santa Claus very young. I have to tell the story because there's no kids here. So I loved Christmas, festive, did a lot of fun things, and I have an older brother and an older sister. And one year, my sister came in and woke me up on Christmas Eve, and she smacked me and she said, "Come here." And she said, "Look, there's no Santa Claus." And she showed me my mother and my father putting the presents out underneath the tree. Can you believe that? Yeah, but don't get upset with her because she's a wonderful girl and I love her very much. We have Italian household, right? So we always had the Feast of the Seven Fishes. Do I have other Italians here in the room? The Feast of the Seven Fishes, right? Hey, mommy. And then our favorite Christmas album was the Ray Conniff Singers. And it started with the song, Jolly Old St. Nicholas. And every year, on December 1st, my sister calls me and she plays me that song. So you can't get too upset with her for outing Santa. And she's here, and she's always here at all my shows, and I love my sister, and please say hello. So, no matter what, stand up. They want you to stand up. That's my sister Christine. She's a wonderful sister. I'm very, very blessed. And so yeah, she sent me the message yesterday, which was great. And so yeah, the Ray Conniff Singers. And yeah, you know the Ray Conniff Singers, yeah? Good. No show of mine would ever be complete without a Judy Garland tune. So I think this one will certainly suffice how I'm feeling, perhaps how all of you are feeling, as I wish you very joyous and blessed holidays. May all of your dreams come true. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Sing with me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, and oh, why can't I?
beyond the rainbow. Why, oh, why can't
We are so lucky to have you here with us, and really lucky that you came here today and that you will be back every single year. And for those of you who haven't heard Valerie's one-woman show called Ladies of Liberty, which we staged last year at the Art Center, we're going to repeat that show. Yes. And if you see it listed, you be sure to come to that, because this was one of the finest musical events, or spoken words, readings, music, songs, stories that you will really ever hear. So thank you, Valerie, for all you do.